So the idea today was to try and make a video on bird photography, and it's the 23rd of October today. The autumn colours are starting to look really nice here, just close to Leeds in West Yorkshire, and the problem is there's just so many people around today, it's just like horrific. So I'm going to try and do something a bit different. Might be able to get some birds, but I am actually going to try and photograph grey squirrels, which are obviously not everybody's favourite subject, and they're not native to this country, so if you hate grey squirrels then click away now, it's fine. I'm not a massive fan of grey squirrels because they caused me so many problems in the past when I'm trying to photograph birds and destroyed bird feeders and all that kind of thing. But they are actually pretty photogenic, nice little creatures to photograph. So the idea is I'm going to see if I can get a really quality image of a grey squirrel. And if you don't like grey squirrels, maybe I can get you to like grey squirrels. So we've got some nice autumn leaves on the ground all around me. I'm going to try and use that. I'm also going to try and use the autumn colours in the background if that's possible, and probably going to get down really low. So it's always good to have an image in your head. The image in my head I've got is getting down really low to get that more intimate level. That'll improve the background, but crucially it will improve the foreground. So hopefully I can kind of get this foreground nice out of focus blur in front of the squirrel. And I've got some food with me, not just peanuts, but I've also got some hazelnuts. So if I can get a squirrel to pick up the hazelnut, then that's going to look much more natural. And they've actually been scurrying around the floor here. There's tons of beech mast and sweet chestnut around, so shouldn't be too long before I get them in. So today I've got the Canon 500mm f4 Mark 1 lens. I decided not to use the tripod for this because the squirrels are going to be fairly static. The shots I'm after, they're going to be fairly static portraits, I'm hoping. So I'm actually going to use a beanbag. This is a decent solid beanbag, which really good quality. It's got a strap on it for carrying it as well. So I might use this directly on the ground, or if not, I'm actually going to put it on top of my camera bag just to give me a bit more height. Or I could even just use the camera bag on its own, and that's going to be my support today for the lens. And in my bag as well, I've also got a 1.4 extender, which might be useful today. And I've also got an extension tube, which is a Canon 25mm extension tube. I'm actually watching some of these grey squirrels now just running around on the woodland floor, and they're doing a bit of burying as well. So you know what I think I'm actually going to try is just see if I can get some natural shots, just try and get close to them, not even put any food out. Well, that wasn't going particularly well. Probably been here for about an hour and a half, and usually you can't get away from grey squirrels, but when you want them in front of the camera, there's none to be found. But as I say that, I've actually just photographed one, which is quite nice, and it was just the one squirrel, but it was just scurrying around on the floor in the autumn leaves, just looking for some of the autumn fruits, and also doing a lot of burying as well. So I got down low, and I've actually used this fallen tree trunk here, got the beanbag and the camera on top of there, and that's just perfect. It's been a really good support. And yeah, just basically followed this one squirrel as it's running around through the autumn leaves. And the great thing was that he was doing so much burying, so I've actually got him as he's burying the nut under the ground, and they kind of, when they do that, they kind of arch the back up, so you get like this really nice curve to the back and the bushy tail as well. So I fired off quite a few shots of that. I probably did it 3, 4, maybe 5 times, quite close by, so I fired off a load of shots. Continuous shooting, not really fast, doing, oh, it's fairly fast. No, it's about 6 frames a second. So it's my low speed continuous, about 6 frames a second. And I've got auto ISO because it's so tricky in here, which is often the case when you're in an autumn woodland and the sun's shining. The sun's shining and then sometimes the clouds coming over. So I'm actually using auto ISO because the light's changing so much, which I prefer to use manual, but auto ISO is safer in this situation. So I've got the maximum ISO at 3200. I don't want to go above that. It's still giving me a shutter speed reasonable at that high ISO. And I've actually gone to f4, which I don't do too often, but I decided I'm gonna max it out, go to the widest aperture f4, try and blur the background as much as I can. So it'd be nice to have a go at a few more shots and actually to get right onto the ground, to get those foreground autumn leaves would be fantastic. What I've also got as well is some hazelnuts. So just to increase my chances and to keep the squirrel there, I've just been tossing out a few hazelnuts as well. And it has actually been going for it. So I've got a few shots where it's eating the hazelnuts and then it's going off to berry as well. But really nice just to get the completely natural shots with no intervention at all. It's always really nice when you can do that. Ooh, squirrel's back. Oh, I'm getting excited about grey squirrels. I don't quite know what it's all about. Come on, buddy. Yes. Oh, that's nice. That was nice. Lovely. Could have buried it. So all around here is just completely littered with sweet chestnut. You can see these lovely spiky green cases all around the base of this tree, and that's one of the things that the squirrels have been feeding on. And there are a few actual nuts as well. So there's a few sweet chestnuts there as well, but there's just tons of these cases, and I've actually watched one of the squirrels with one in its mouth running away to bury it. If you like red squirrels, you're watching the wrong video because it's grey squirrels. If you like grey squirrels, then you probably enjoyed the video. If you don't like grey squirrels, then maybe you're still indifferent or ambivalent, or maybe you like them a little bit more, possibly, which is fine either way. I'm waffling, I'm sorry. I'll close the video down. By the power of YouTube, if you click on one of those videos, it's going to take you instantly to some point in the past where I created a video for you to enjoy. And do subscribe by clicking my face, which is next to my face, for more nature photography videos and in-depth tutorials and reviews and occasional outings to other continents and whatnot. And I'll see you somewhere in nature sometime soon. Battery's going, how quickly can I do this? Thanks for watching. If you like grey squirrels, you probably enjoyed the video. If you don't like grey squirrels, you're probably still ambivalent towards them. 2 videos, click here by the power of YouTube for more nature photography and in-depth tutorials and whatnot. Thanks for watching, I'll see you next time.